Hello my friends, and welcome back everybody. So I returned from a vacation for my NeoVim setup. I especially get a vacation to configure NeoVim, so it's super cringe. But yeah, I switched now. I can say that I completely switched to the full NeoVim setup in my developer's life, and so it will go further, and I'll go into update slightly, so like incrementally, update and make familiar with all of this key bindings and etc. So after an IDE, and I found that let me see, where is my Gorish setup, for example. As far as I see now, so it's super cool. I fixed all my my previous errors with missing configuration. Jolly hello my dear friend, how it's going? Vim is love, Vim is life. Yeah, sure. So I find out that actually NeoVim is Vim in general. It's much more convenient for the development than IDE. So I don't have all of these unnecessary buttons, push something into CI, commit something. So I don't need all of this, because I often use terminal to commit all my things. I use console to do some CI/CD stuff in in my production projects, and so everything I need is to have good and nice setup which can be set up on any environment, if I can say like this. So basically I installed all of this stuff on my server, on my laptop, so basically everywhere. And now so it's super easy. It's only I need, so because of the error of nvim go dap or nvim UI, so I have to compile my tree-seater and NeoVim from sources, but it's it's super easy. It's super easy to do. Community life, yeah. Community life. Yeah, so glad to hear this. And yeah, so NeoVim is actually super cool. So I don't see any issues with my current setup. I don't see, so I have basically everything, and I was much surprised that that Copilot officially works with NeoVim as well. So it's what? GitHub Copilot NeoVim. I was super surprised. So first of all, it's official NeoVim repository Copilot Vim. It was what? Are you kidding me? I expected to see some some third-party API which is under the hood, calls GitHub Actions. Oh, I'm sorry, GitHub Copilot, and returns the responses to you, something like this, not the official one. And this is special dedicated page I saw earlier. Yeah, like this. See, Visual Studio, NeoVim, Visual Studio Code, JetBrains, and etc. What? Super cool. I guess yeah, so yeah, a NeoVim distributor, So my NeoVim switch, I guess, was going from you when you said on the Discord chat that you are using NeoVim. I was oh my god, so what I'm doing with my life? I have to return back my NeoVim set up like my Vim. Actually, I used Vim, not NeoVim previously. So I have to return back everything and like configure and what I'm doing, you know. So yeah, it was like literally like this. Now, actually, so I spent a lot of time to like configure it like previously. So I especially take this vacation so to have everything configured. Yeah, welcome to the club. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. You know, so it was not so problematic, you know, to configure everything to have up and running NeoVim. Basically, because first of all, I had your configuration, I had the Primogen configuration, and I have Tige configuration. So I had 3 configurations, which I like combined, see how to use different like plugins, different setups. I used lazy NeoVim because I found it like a little bit more easier to use and easier and predictable to configure, I guess, than Packer. But you know, they are both I think basically achieve the same goal. And since I heard somewhere on the, I guess on a Tige stream that Packer creator uses lazy NeoVim, it was like my turning point to use lazy NeoVim. Like, okay, so I expect the things will be destroyed very soon. I mean, Packer. So yeah, it was like I spent, I guess, few days to configure everything to deal with the errors. I guess I would say spent a few days and nights. But now, so I don't see a reason not to use it, because I have a laptop and I installed Pop! OS on the laptop because why not? To install, for example, JetBrains IDE on the Pop! OS, for example, any Ubuntu system, I'm not taking into account Arch, because Arch have Arch user repositories and it can install it by for you with Pacman or with ZI or with any like package manager system. So if we having for example Debian, Ubuntu, or like any things like this, to install JetBrains IDE, you need to first of all, if you want to install IDE like standalone, yeah, tried Pop Shell a while ago. Yeah, so Pop! OS is quite good, I think. Nowadays is quite good. So to install basically JetBrains IDE, you have to first of all download it, unpack it, like figure out where you have to put it, into what folder. For example, you can put it user bin into the opt, how they are recommending to do, like and then like configure and use. For the NeoVim, it's like, okay, I need just a copy configuration and start it. That's it. So on the first run, it like installs everything, install my plugin, configurations, themes, etc, etc. So I don't need even sync or have an account to sync everything across my IDE. So I have repository and I can like link my repository to the config and Vim. That's it. So basically that's it, and it's super cool, you know. So I even need less efforts to configure NeoVim than for nowadays than to install a JetBrains IDE. Yeah, so it was like, this is actually funny, yeah, you know, because NetBeans actually died a lot, I guess, years ago. Let me check. NetBeans, is it still alive? Oh, it's Apache. Oh yeah, it's still alive. NetBeans 17. Yeah, so I'm not blaming people for their like, you know, IDs, but this is slightly strange to me to use NetBeans nowadays. This is real. Yeah, it's real. So you see by your eyes, yeah. So it's kind of important, you know, to see it by your eyes, because it can be just legend. Yeah, I also know one guy who codes in NetBeans in Java on the Twitch. So I forgot. So he coded Minecraft server. I forgot his nick, but he's coding a Minecraft server and using also NetBeans. So I saw this in real, with my eyeballs. Yeah. So actually, this is super cool. Thank you very much, Eugene, for like navigating me through this path of glory. And yeah, so now we are going to like improve the configuration. So from every iteration. And yeah, thank you very much. Give me a second. Have to answer on Discord. Okay, so what's... Yeah, a curious title. So what we're going to do today. So we have basically two projects. I'm working on streams. So, you know, first project is about RoadRunner and Rust. RoadRunner RS. So basically, during the new Rust Foundation policy, I can't use Rust here, and I should use RS. So, you know, and we also can't pronounce, you know, we should like beep. So I'm not affiliated with the Rust Foundation, you know, all of these legal things. It was like super, I don't know, not fun, super not fun to have to see their like draft notes about Rust Foundation. Okay, so the first project is RoadRunner in Rust. So the name of the project RoadRunner RS, and I'm working with like two sub-projects. It's RoadRunner in Rust and Gorich. This is a project to combine two bridges, to have to make a bridge between PHP and Rust. And I also have a project called Navia. So it's private under the moment, but I'll open it right now. So it's empty at the moment. Make okay. So a lot of security challenges you have to pass to make the project open. Okay, I'm sure I mistype this challenge. Sorry, guys. Okay, now should be fine. Yeah, I also think they revise this draft document because it's like super, I don't know, super uncomfortable to beep every word, you know. Okay, so today, by the way, what is Naivia? Naivia is a bird. So as you know, RoadRunner is actually a bird. I'll show you in a moment. So here you are. This is RoadRunner. Actually, it is this bird was in a movie and called Woody. So the bird Woody. And as you may see here, we have so within the RoadRunner server organization, we have like Velox. Velox is a build tool for the RoadRunner, and Velox is also a name for this subfamily of the birds, Neomorphaea. I don't know. So this is some kind of scientific classification of all of these things. No, it's not shampoo. No, it's not shampoo for sure. So it's birds. We also have bird called from within. So I call every project within the RoadRunner, organization, like important project, not the plugins like MQP, etc., with the names of the birds within this subfamily, Neomorphiae. I don't know. And where is it? Where's my super new Naevia? So Naevia is also a bird. So this is the name of the family of the birds within the RoadRunner family. So it's super tricky, Bird. So it's like this. Striped cuckoo, Tapiria naevia. So it's like, it's a bird. All of this, it's a birdie theme. And which is there's a hard limit. Yeah. So then then we start to concatenating of the birds, like RoadRunner naevia, Velox naevia, Velox RoadRunner. So basically so it's like a pretty big limit, Okay, so next, what is Naevia? Naevia project is a RoadRunner monitoring tool. So as you know from the description from the stream, so this is the second project which we are working on for, and which we are going to work on the streams. So the basic idea for this monitoring tool is to create. So see guys, how it's super cool. So I don't know. So I was not a Windows guy at all, not a Windows guy. I used like for years a Linux, but see how they did this WSL integration. So now I can use all my tools which I used on my Linux integrated with the Windows. So can you imagine this? Boom, like this. So I previously used. So you can't. Oh, I can't. Okay, I can't do this like to the attached to other windows, but yeah, so they are separate. So, but I can use all of my tools which I used on Linux on Windows. So it's super cool, and I can use all my equipment, which is also super cool. And let's give it a name. Okay, let's give it a name a little bit later. So the basic idea, since RoadRunner is not only, a tool which can only provide the metrics. So if RoadRunner, so the metrics RoadRunner can provide can be used within the Grafana. So, and this is not a problem. RoadRunner provides a lot of metrics, and if you want to only see the metrics, not somehow involve on them, feel free to use Grafana. So it's like much more mature instrument, and it's a lot of tutorials how to install, set up, and etc. with Grafana. But our goal is to create a tool not only to monitor the RoadRunner, but also to control the RoadRunner nodes. For example, so RoadRunner have a lot of RPC endpoints which can control different plugins, different subsystem, different etc. So for example, let's have a look at this Horizon from Laravel. I think it's super cool project. And so the basic idea of the Horizon is to provide to user, as far as I understand, so I never hoping deep into the project, but as far as I understand from the description, so you can have a Laravel installation and look at the different subsystems from this control, for example, Laravel things like inside the Laravel. So I don't know, something like this. And the goal and I thought that, okay, so this is super cool, but you can't control RoadRunner within this tool. You can't even see a lot of metrics within this tool. So basically you can see nothing because this is designed to Laravel, not for the RoadRunner. And I thought that would be super nice to have this tool, not this tool ported to the RoadRunner, but the separate tool written in some modern stack to control and to see metrics from the RoadRunner. Naming things to the most difficult PNP problems. Yeah, I know what is the PNP problems. Yeah, naming is also super hard. Yeah, but for me it's like too easy because yeah, so I have a lot of birds names and I just need to choose. So yeah, but this is so true, Georgine. So true too. Like it's super hard to choose a proper name for the project. And the goal for this Navia project is to have not only monitoring tool, you know, but also have the tool which can control RoadRunner, see integrated metrics, which can, like, for example, restart the workers. You can see metrics regarding to the jobs, for example, how much jobs pushed to the RoadRunner, how much jobs consumed within the pipelines. So how many pipelines do you have? Maybe you want to delete the pipeline or replace with another. Maybe you want to create. So this tool basically not for the production, for sure, because you can like monitor production systems, but it's super highly like I don't think that someone will create pipelines on the fly with this tool on the production system. So it's like much more convenient to use like just Sparrow framework, which can create and like do all the nice things to create and control pipeline lifecycle. But for the development environment, if you have RoadRunner installed, it's super cool, for example, to have some kind of visualization to show, for example, if you have to present RoadRunner to someone, it's super cool to see the statistic. And also, it's also super nice to have because, you know, Grafana is slightly complicated system. If you need to design it and show some kind of, I don't know, complicated charts in it. So this is also, you have to dig into all of this Grafana syntax. But if we create this tool by ourselves, so it would be super easy to read all of the statistics from the values like this, like jobs last past hour, like this. And also it would be super nice. I also wanted to add some kind of models, statistic models, which everybody can add and extend this application with their interpretation of the statistics, for example. This is not super prioritized to have, you know, models. I don't think a lot of people wanted to create them. So rather than create a ticket, guys, please add this statistic to this tool. But yeah, so stack. What we are going to use to write all of the things. First of all, I want to write it. So first of all, it's WASM. For sure, it's browser and WASM, because everybody have a browser on their PC, Linux, macOS, I don't know, server, etc. First of all, terminal user interface, TUI, super cool to have. Yeah, so Grafana is common way to use, so this is nothing bad with using Grafana. So because we provide the statistic in Prometheus format, which can be consumed by Grafana and like represented to your monitoring models. So this is fine. We are not with this project. I'm not going to, and I have no plans to replace somehow Grafana. I don't want to compete with Grafana in this field because they have much more experience for sure with the statistic and metrics and etc. we will interpret all of the metrics we have inside RoadRunner. Yeah. I believe that it's great for single instance debugs, but overseeing our state is yeah. So it's not going to be overall state is it's not going to be a super complicated thing, and also I kind of impressed by for example Fedora monitoring tool. I don't know, I forget what is the name of this Fedora monitoring UI. Oh, it's a cockpit project. Yeah. So, and also as you may see here, so super cool things. A lot of operating system have it, like these bundled monitoring tools. For example, how much traffic goes in and out, and like a lot of like things. And with this tool, I want to have some kind of this tool, which metrics we can have for the local development setup, for example, or just like, I don't know, for the servers, for the terminal user interface, who uses terminal. So basically for us, and things like this. So it's not going to be as a replacement for the Grafana for sure. And I'm not going to think that re-implementing the things from the Grafana would be cool for this project. So, and also another thing is control run instances. So to restart the workers, to create a pipelines on the fly, destroy pipelines on the fly, control number of jobs, traffics, etc., etc. So different things which we can't provide by the Grafana, for example, by the Prometheus metrics. If I would like to be more specific, like, and also it's cool, you know. It's a cool project. Why not to use Rust in another project and WASM? I wanted to touch WASM very much because previously with my brother I worked on a project with used WASM I guess 4 years ago, but these days WASM was like far away from the ideal state and you know we have to forget our work and use different things. Okay. So yeah, it's, you're referring to this dynamic, I guess, to this kind of old ticket, adaptive scaling of the workers. So the problem with this, so user deleted is like his I know itself from GitHub waiting for this ticket being implemented. Why you did this, host? Yeah, so the problem with this ticket, it's not, it's waiting, he died. It's like black humor, you know. The problem with this, I don't know, dynamic scaling of the workers, that I don't think this is good. The problem is in me, actually. So why? Because I think that it's better to have things like Kubernetes or, I don't know, other containerization things which can add additional RoadRunner instances rather than incrementing workers like dynamically or, I don't know, on demand, for example. The problem with such scaling is, first of all, for resource consumption. So so how to determine that we have to scale the workers? So I just thought about one thing. Okay, we have, for example, if we have a big queue of the workers, we can track a time. We can like track how much time worker is waiting for the request is waiting for the worker, and we can track the things, and based on these heuristics somehow increase or decrease the number of workers, and like provide to the user like a way to control these timings. For example, like I don't know, like waiting timeout or something like this. This would be fine for all, I guess, for the all plugins. So this kind of general concept. But for example, how it would, like if we be more specific and have a HTTP plugin, for example, for the HTTP plugin is better to, I don't know, maybe a latency, like to see what is the latency, because actually we can add more workers without any performance benefit. So it's like we would wait less time, but there would, so we will be competing with other workers. You know, if you have the system with one core and you have 2 workers and user specified like, okay, please scale it up. Yeah, so please scale all of the things up to like create 10 workers. So and runner, okay, so we would have a like metric as waiting timeout for the request, waiting for the worker, and we add 10 workers. But latency, so since we fix the problem, so we will add 10 workers, the latency, the overall latency will drop. Will be much more bigger, because workers would have much less resources to process the requests, while waiting time for the request per worker will be smaller. And so yeah, this is hard to determine how to do this, and the best way, which I think so should be implemented nowadays, is to have containerization systems. So we have a lot of benefits from them, like Docker, Docker Compose, I know, so like Kubernetes, from the HashiCorp, I guess they have HashiCorp. What is the name? I forget about this, about their product. Nomad, yeah. So the Nomad, also a cool solution, and they are like very easy to, you know, to up and use, and they are basically free. And so my opinion on this is very easy to break the things, very easy, without like deep understanding what to measure actually. So single container deployments. Yeah, and so RoadRunner nowadays, as you may see here, so I just wanted to like say about a few words about I know FrankenPHP, since FrankenPHP is a good project, and they say that this is specifically designed for the containers, but they are not taking into account one super important thing which should be in the containers, called C groups. So C groups, and this is also super important thing which should take into account. So for example, if you have container, yeah, which is limited for the resources, like you have 24 cores on UPC, and you limited your resources per container with like 2 cores, for example, please use 2 cores. All other things inside the container will use 2 cores, except Go, because Go sees that the host operating system have 24 cores, and the Go would treat that, okay, so I will create a 24 threads to handle the requests, and this will kill actually the this container, because it's like allocated too much resources, while the resources limited by 2 cores. RoadRunner, on the other hand, have this super cool line of code. So this Automax Pros, This is like kind of old project and it's super easy to implement by myself, but you know, why not to use since it's from Uber. So this project sets the number of processes which can go start, taking into account the C groups. So because let me show you just in a second. They had performance benchmarks somewhere here. Oh yeah, here, yeah. So as you may see here, it's like request per seconds, just like some general metrics. And if we have our quota is set to 200%, it's like in Linux 200%, you know, it's like 2 cores. We would have this number of requests per seconds. But if we would have like 24, and I have exactly 24, and I like just tested this, let's, as you may see here, if you not set this limit, you like lose half of the performance actually. So this is kind of important to be container friendly, super important nowadays. Modifications memory. Yeah, so I like, you'll joke, you'll laugh, but I would say I started today a WordPress with our new SAPI tool. It's like, I know I digged into this shit and because we have to provide a way for other users to start, you know, to start like WordPress installations with the RoadRunner, to have a Kafka inside the WordPress. Can you imagine this? I know all the things, and today I like my general work, I finished super draft concept which I can just start it without an errors. Like old true PHP devs. Yeah, so for me it's like starting now because I'm not a PHP dev at all, and I'm like, okay, so what is this shit? So why I have to? Okay, so it's not so, I know, not so scary, which I imagined myself like previously, but it's like kind of scary because first of all, because of these strange configurations inside the PHP files. So it's fine to have configurations in PHP files, but it's like, for me it was like, what? So configuration in PHP files? So okay. So I never saw this, and I didn't found that I installed WordPress 6.2. So this is a most modern one, and it was like worked fine for me. It's like I can start it without PHP, FPM, and etc. So basically, this tool can be integrated with the RoadRunner to consume payloads, for example, from Kafka, and provide these payloads to the PHP, to our SAPI tool, and which can provide them all of these requests to the WordPress, for example, or any application which can consume by with FastCGI, for example, Laravel. Why not? Yeah, so I know about the super globals, all of this like post with underscores server, and so I have to set all of them to use properly. But yeah, yeah. So this is like kind of, this is why I need to write in Rust. So because since I write in Rust on the work, so I write with WordPress. So I need, some moral, rest on the stream. Something like this. Okay, so let's see what we create with this monitoring tool, and yeah, so let's start, I guess. Let's start from this. Yeah, take my safe hand. after Go. Yeah, you know. Okay, so so I never like I never like develop any project with you. So, and today we're going to do this like from the like zero, from, you know, zero level 0. Okay, so we need to add a target. I guess I also WASM. I need to install a WASM. Why it's so bright? Sorry, guys. What? EWR? What is this? EWR. So why do they have it's like some kind of package manager for the WASM or what? And why it's so bright? So do they have a button to make it like dark theme? Run any code with any client. Oh yeah, so this is not yeah, this is not installation. I just expected to see something like this, which in Rust app. Okay, where's installation instructions? WASM install. Oh, this is some. Oh, they detected that I'm on Windows and proposed me this. Oh, yeah, this is Windows. Okay, let's install it on Windows. Yeah, so. Yes, so EWR is some kind of wild PowerShell command. I don't have anything inside Windows. Like Windows is only provides me WSL and like ability to have my hardware working, and I don't have I have nothing inside like Windows installed, like nor Go, nor Rust, no like any tools. And they detected that I'm on Windows and like, okay, fellow user, we just prepared for you this EWR command, please use it. And I was like in WSL. Yeah. Thank you, Rebuilder. No, I don't have Dark Reader. Too much trust. I think the Dark Reader, I know it like update my web page too much to have like too much dark, you know. Okay, so now we understand that we have a curl. Let's get to the like normal installation. Okay. So I kind of surprised. So when I moved to this WSL from like bare metal Linux, I started to see that a lot of like projects have support for the PowerShell and Windows. So when I was on Linux, I didn't see so much, I don't know, PowerShell things. Oh, Homebrew, Scope, all of this like Scope, this I think scope is also Windows. I know, Windows project. Yeah, command line installer. Chocolately and cargo for sure. For shell environment variables. I never saw how to set environment variables, like not from GUI, you know, from to in PowerShell. So now I know this. Use this knowledge actually. Okay, so install done. Target edit done. Install trunk. Why not? And also I attached all my resources to WSL. So all computing power is inside WSL. Yeah, and also I think recently I started to playing with Whisper CPP, like to experiment with like voice recognition. I wanted to put some kind of subtitles on the stream, and this is also super cool that it works inside WSL, because I'll show you the thing. GNOME control. I even can open GNOME Control Center, and as you see, it's like the voice from my microphone, and they have like RDP sync for the for the output sound and input RDP source, and this RDP source connected to the actual Windows current default device, and I can basically use, like, as you see here, it's like 144 FPS. It's like, it's hard to imagine, and this is via the Xvalent and via the OpenRDP. So basically I can open anything from my Linux distribution. And also, yeah, so when you stop some kind of window, you often see this terminated by zigzag. I didn't know why, but all configuration saved. So this is, I guess, some kind of the future is now. Yeah, definitely. So see this. So this is complete environment. Like, I can search for my projects. So everything is inside WSL. So this is can you imagine that systemd is working inside WSL nowadays? Moreover, so in a preview version of the WSL2, you can even start DirectX 12 powered video. Like, they have demo which can start like a plain hardware accelerated video, and I was like, what? And since I only need the NeoVim and Linux, I don't need like graphical user interface for my Linux distribution, you know? So I even don't need a Windows. So as you can see, only terminal. You don't see even Windows. So the Windows current the task to have drivers for the hardware. That's it. So and I found out that there are a lot of tools. For example, Obsidian works on the Windows as well. A lot of tools actually works, which are used on Linux, work also on Windows. So have executive exec installers for the Windows. It's like I don't know. This is cool to have. And I don't need to care about all of these problems with the NVIDIA card and Wayland and everything related to the phone's configuration. Actually, there is a page, Linux desktop problems. Oh, here you are. So this is a list of the current major problems on the Linux desktops, and I face it with a lot of these problems, especially with the NVIDIA. NVIDIA high DPI, so it was super hard to use 4K screen 5 years ago on Linux. You have to scale phones because you can't nowadays scale the user interface on Linux. Only integers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But for me, 1 is too small and 2 is too big, too big windows. And I have to use 1 having so teeny windows and scale it with the phone's configuration, so I can scale actually a phone 1.5. That's somehow fix the problems. You can't have 30 bits displays working under the Linux. So I tried to set 30 bits with some custom drivers. I know, not custom, but actually you can compile drivers by yourself, adding some created things from the NVIDIA to have these 30-bit colors working. Because I have this display, so why not? And a lot of applications start just unusable, so I just can't start them because they can't handle these colors. HDR is not supported, so I have a HDR display, and HDR is not supported. For me, it's I want to use a good picture to my eyes. I don't want to, to use Linux and not use HDR actually. So, how do you become a Pokemon? I don't know. So I never chose this for me. So, but hold on for a second. Let's start a battle actually. So, too much talking. Let's figure out who is the king. Where's me? Where's me? Oh yeah, it's not a Pokemon. It's I know. I forgot the name of this. Maybe Crisby or Gibbsby. Let's find out, Jolly Jean. Come on, come on. Yeah, come on. Oh, Kirby, yeah. And I'm dead. Okay, I'm dead. Now it's your turn. Please, Jolly Jean. Now kill everybody. Please kill everybody. And kill my killer, please. Revenge. Oh, healer. No. You're so close to win. No. No, you're dead. But I was dead a long time. So I did I guess a first. Okay, congratulations, Ketech. You killed my friend. Yeah, so as you may see, there are a lot of problems. Pipeware somehow solves some problems for the Wayland, but this is super hard to use it even with the AMD. I tried. I swear you guys, I tried. Here me see my Twitter, and I bought this lady, you know, this beautiful lady, and 6900 XTX power color power devil, and this nice thing can't handle 4K stream in 60 FPS on Linux, even on Windows. So, and after that, all of these AMD fellows say to me like, NVIDIA is trash, NVIDIA is, oh, Linux is, fuck you NVIDIA, like this. Because my old laptop, this one, can handle with having like 1050 Ti, can handle 4K stream in 60 FPS without any problems. I don't know how this works. I spent a lot of money to buy this pretty, but all of this was like marketing. It's for me. It's only, you know, it's only my opinion. I might be wrong for sure. So, but I know. And yeah, and as you can see here, printer scanners. Yeah, nowadays it's somehow solved. I have a printer, and printer didn't work on macOS, but work on Linux. This is cool. Pipeware. I don't know. I also had the problems with screen sharing within a pipewire, and Pulse Audio. I forgot about this because Pulse Audio replaced by the pipewire. Laptop stable, so I don't have any problems nowadays with my laptop having Pop! OS installed on it. Access, you know, super old, but it's kind of stable. Largely outdated, unsuitable, and very much insecure. Yeah, and so every point here have like some kind of page with like reference to why the point exists actually. Why in games? So I don't know. I had working most of my games I played like. On Linux with Valve. Super cool. I have had no problems. I had problems with latest DirectX 12, but so if I have an option to switch to DirectX 11, so the games work fine for me. So yeah, you know, there are a lot of problems. Graphic API problems. Qt, it's not like font rendering is like a mess inside Linux, because the main problems for me with the font rendering, if you're using Sway, I use Sway with 6900 XTX, and the problem if you scale Sway, old X applications, I know they upscale and then downscale to like 1.5 scale factor, I don't know, but the fonts actually unusable. They are like super washed out, and I can't use this. And there's a ticket about how to fix this problem. Is actually not to use a scaling. So, and so having this in like taking this into account, and you know having this WSL thing, and I can have actually Linux, but without all of these graphical problems. I can have like HDR working, I can have like 30-bit colors working, so everything actually works. So, and I don't know why not to use. Why not to use? I'm sorry. Why not to use WSL nowadays? So I know. So people arguing about, okay, so Windows is like tracking you. I don't know. So these people writing this in the internet, I don't know. So inquiring about that Windows somehow tracking me. I don't know. So I don't know about this point. Actually, for me, it's like. Okay, so they might be track some kind of information about me, like anonymous information. I mean, like my configuration, etc. So now Ubuntu also tracks have like I know telemetry. OnePassword have telemetry installed in by default. Go toolchain also plans to add telemetry. So Rust Foundation also have problems. So this is my smaller problem to use WSL. So yeah, okay. So installed. What are the next steps? Other options, next steps. Okay, build a sample app. What is cargo generate? So they have. I never thought this. I never saw this project. Oh, this is. I know this is some kind of things which can pre-generate a project for you, but like replacer for the cargo init. Oh. So yeah, I guess it's just like I don't want to use it. Projects. Let's say since we already have a name for the project, I only need to download it and init. Oh, cargo init lib edition. Okay. Okay, so now we have cargo terminal edition 2021. Okay, fine. Name Naivia version. So everything pretty standard here. Cargo run. We have this now. Rust run. Hello world. Works. Works fine. Okay, so version package dependencies u. Okay. Cargo reloaded. You only need CSR feature, which if you build. Oh yeah, let's have a look at the first design. Why I opened this document actually. So I want to have the thing something like this, like startup page. Come on, you have alignment. Boom, good. So have a startup page. What we should do? First of all, I have two like ideas. First idea is to have some kind of monitor RoadRunner dev domain, so which can be publicly hosted, like monitor RoadRunner dev, which you can log in. So it's like, you know, I'm just trying to create it like just a cool project, not like super useful for the community, and try different things in Rust. So first idea is to have like, do I have can I print? Can I write down a text? Monitor RoadRunner dev, like this. Can I make it bigger? Oh, I guess I can make it bigger here. Yeah, so for the monitor run dev, it's like just, yeah, I'm like brainstorming like right now. So monitor run dev will be responsible for having an user login, like login and password. It's like login and password. So every user can have their local configuration. So monitor run dev connects to your local configuration and store all of the configs you created during the configuration of the RoadRunner instance inside this site. You only need to have your login password. You just log in, press the button, connect to your RoadRunner instance, and here you are. Everything is fine. This is like if you don't want to up this tool, up and configure this tool locally. So it's like you have a site, you just log in, provide your password, provide your login, boom, everything is working. And you can configure like your RoadRunner instances, not only one RoadRunner instance. So if you have a lot of containers which set up in your local environment, so you also you will have like a lot of, I don't know, I'm a bad painter, but imagine that this is a lot of the pages. Page like this. So page, you can have, for example, you might have 3 RoadRunner instances running locally connected to this tool, which you can like have tabs, like tab 1, 2, 3, like etc. And like press the tabs, and you may call them like RoadRunner, Docker 1, run Docker 2. So you can give the tab a name, and somehow like navigate between these steps and control RoadRunner instances on these steps. For example, if you have some kind of RoadRunner on load balancer, instance, you can like name it. So this is basically helps you to, let's imagine to control only local environments, I guess, not some kind of global things. Give me a second, guys. Delivery coming. Okay, so where I stopped. Okay, so and second option is to like have all of this stuff up and running like locally. You can start some binary. You can start up some download a binary for your operating systems. For operating systems like it's like Windows, macOS, Linux, and have all of this kind of stuff in, up and running in locally. But I also wanted to have some kind of basic user management. I don't want to have like database connections and etc. To have within this tool. I mean, like, would be nice to have for user management to have SQLite at least bundled into I don't know, to this tool. Why it's needed? So let me think. So user management might be needed for local, if you have like company and you have some kind of staging environment, you can have this tool up and running and having different access to different users to the different RoadRunner instances. Like for example, if you have some kind of important instance which used in like, I don't know, user monitoring or like some kind of like, you know, important system controlling. So you might provide in this password and login password to only specific users who can access this. But this is also how we can so if user knows an IP address, how we can prevent other users just like creating their configuration with this. I know, I think it's a lot of imaginations here, I guess, you know, for the simple monitoring tool. And the main problem with so if we would have only monitoring tool, there are no problems with it. The problem comes when from the control word, because we not only monitor, we also control the RoadRunner instances, like restarting the workers, as I mentioned before, configuration updates, and etc. So and this was super not good, I guess, to have if you have a user who can who can restart the staging, for example, RoadRunner instance accidentally, for example. Okay, so let's get to our it will enable the render. Okay, so let's write this down. Main rs. I don't like to like copying everything, so I prefer to like writing, to have like like muscle memory, you know. Use prelude. Okay, so have everything from this and fan app a type from from the prelude. Let count counter is equal use state. Use state is used to manage state in a function component. This hook will always trigger a re-render upon receiving a new state. Okay, use state and 0. Okay, and let on click is equal to let counter is this is another counter. Oh yeah, counter clone. So this is somehow of atomic reference counter, or what? Let value is, or we are going to call this from the multi-threaded environment. Counter set value. Okay. Oh, is it called? Forgot. No method named clone. Use state. This is correct. Let on click is equal to let counter is. This is another counter, like local counter. We just need to. Why? Oh, now it's fine. But when I go to definition, so there is this method, clone. You see? No method named clone for the apaku type impl hook 222. But it exists. Why not? Okay, and now we have an HTML macro. Oh my god, we have to deal with HTML. Div. I have to install like autocomplete for this div buttons on click. +1. Why not auto-completing for me? Button and then P. What is the P? I don't know. Paragraph might be. Counter. And close the div. Macro HTML is not expanded, so this is fine. Diagnostic, okay. And here, you render, and turbofish syntax to specify type. New render. What? Method not found. Maybe we need to specify a different version. So this is because this is why I hate all Rust tutorials, because having this version 0.1, you know, or I'm sorry, 0.20, they break their documentation too often. Okay, let's try to run trunk serve. Trunk serve. Oh, we have to add index HTML into the root directory, so I don't want to deal with index with HTML, and I'm going to create it. Okay. Into the root directory. Root directory, it means like here. Index HTML. I think like this. Too much errors actually here. So no method named clone. What is the current counter actually? Maybe I have an issue somewhere. HTML. So it's inside the prelude. Okay. Let counter use state. Use state. Okay. So use state handle. Then move. Okay, fine. So I expect that counter is some kind of atomic reference counter which you have to clone between, you know, since we're moving it inside, I know, on click. I think that on click code in some kind of multi-threaded and async environment, and then we have to protect this counter, like, and we have to clone it and set atomically, you know, and this is clear. So we're cloning it, moving the clone inside our closure, and then setting the value. So this is fine. Let me just use like this. Maybe this is some kind of Vim problem with indexing, or I don't think so, but failed to write request, broken pipe, OS error, unresolved, pros macro. So okay. Oh. There are a lot of errors. Can't find. No, the WASM unknown target might not be installed. I have it installed. How to stop this? Okay. This now fine. I edit this target. Is up today. So why I missed? What I missed? So I can use in starter template, or I can like set up the application manually. So I wanted to set up it manually. Might be I need to. Might be they are wrong. Maybe I needed to remove this. I don't know. No, this is not a solution. Oh, this terminal. Feature CSR. Let's have a look at their issue tracker. Oh, I forget to add this attribute, function component. So I'm sorry guys, I'm super stupid. Function component, might be this will resolve the problem. Yeah, post macro, it's fine, not expanded. This is from the tooling issue from tools, so it's not very important actually. But still we have a lot of errors. I don't know. Still we have okay, now it's like I can actually build it. I can't run it because WASM cannot call WASM bin.gen imported. Yeah, so it should be some kind of server which should like run all of these applications. Nightly you. So it builds. This is nice, but we can start it. Let's see at this template. Trunk. Funny name. Okay. Steel. But, you know, while there are a lot of errors, Trunk still can like error couldn't compile due to 252 errors. Let's see. U trunk errors. Fixed by install WASM being gently, but I already have it. Nothing. This is mentioned here. Rust installed by the brew. Yeah, this might be true because I also have Rust installed. Oh, now with the everything's fine. So some tools using the Rust. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Could you please open? Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you see this guy? Guys? Do you see this? Can you actually imagine that we can wrote some super intelligent app like this? Like it's like counter. Okay, so the problem was with my installation, actually. So what is the problem with installation? I have tools, for example, Rust resetter, which required to have Rust installed. And, you know, in the Arch Linux, so, but I have an Arch Linux, by the way. I'm Arch Linux user, by the way. I guess this trunk tool used like, and from this guy used the system installed Rust instead of Rust, which I actually have in my path. Okay, and the error was because of this. Now let's see. Might be that there's a problem also for the expand. A lot of indexation. Yeah. And also all of these things now can be expanded. Yeah. Nice. So, yeah, my biggest problem was in that I had two instances of Rust installed, like OS provided and installed by myself with Rust app. Okay. So everything works fine. I'm sorry, you. I was just stupid. It's not you. It's not your fault. It's only mine. Okay, next examples. The U repositories contains many examples. Okay, so let's have a look at them later. Add a template for JetBrains IDs. What is this? What is this JetBrains IDs? I don't know. Like Vim user who started to use Vim a few weeks ago. I don't know what is JetBrains IDs. I can't remember. Where is NeoVim? Okay, we have Visual Studio Code. Snippets. I think that we have snippets now. We much more snippets available, so it's easy to add all of the snippets into NeoVim snipper engine, so which I use so not a problem. Concepts using basic web technologies. Oh my god, a lot of things I have to learn. I know nothing about HTML, guys. So this is because I am true backend guy. I never touched HTML and all of the things related to the front end. All of my work is done via terminal, and this is super cool because I don't need to touch all of these tags. I think it's a header. It's like a biggest one. I don't know what is P tag. What is paragraph? Oh yeah, I was right. Like I previously mentioned that I think this is for the paragraph. And what is a div? I heard a lot of jokes about div. I don't know what is div. A section in a document that is styled with CSS. Okay, what is CSS? CSS is a language to use a style and to style an HTML document. How it looks like? Oh yeah, I saw these things. I thought this is HTML, so super stupid. Like now it looks like a super stupid because guys, I never touched all of the things. Assembly, low-level programming, algorithms. Yeah, this is fine. This is like to me, not all of this kind of stuff. But now we have to learn all of this. Start CSS quiz. Okay, let's figure out. What does CSS stand for? Let's try to complete a test, without reading any documentation. Creative style sheet. I think it's cascading style sheet. What is the correct HTML to refer to an external site style sheet? I don't know. I don't want to use style sheet because it's too obvious. Style sheet. Let it be style. Where is the correct place to refer to an external sheet? I don't know. In the body? In the body? Which HTML tag is used to define an internal style sheet? Might be CSS. I don't know. Which HTML is used to? Oh no, there are a lot of questions. Okay, can we just get to the last one? Can we just get to the last one and see if I was right in the first, two questions? Check your answers. Oh, I was right about first one. Yeah, this is a win. We don't need to read other answers. Everything is good now. So first answer is correct. Jump Bean, welcome. Thanks for following and enjoy the stream. Yeah, I was right about cascading style sheets. Correct answer. Oh yeah. So I expected this would be too obvious to have style sheet and this is like thinking about the answers. without knowing the actual answers. You know, I expected it that it would be like something like style, because like style sheet. In the body, in the head section, I even don't know what is the head section. Why? It's so obvious, you know, CSS. And so this is also my logic, is to refer not to obvious answers without, you know, it's like an exam, you know, so when you don't know answer, you're trying to, you know, figure out what is the answers, how like creator of the test thought about like creating the answers. And for me it was like, okay, it's like style is too obvious. External style sheet, it should not be style sheet, it should be like style. Okay, enough. Result 1 of 24 20 I'm sorry, 25. It's fine. So I expected I beat a lot of, I don't know, people who trying to spend less time for this test, like 1 minute 48 seconds. Div tag. Okay. Let's move on. So I choose this way, so I have to deal with all of this. I don't know. Do we have support for the CSS? CSS. Use styles, UVify. Without any JavaScript dependencies. Oh, I like this. Material design, I do like this. Use styles. Don't have any examples. Bad. 3 years ago, I guess abandoned. What about Tauri? You might say. One 0.2. Okay, let's compare. I even like tried to compare someday. Oh, we also can configure Tauri with this configuration. So we can invoke Tauri commands from the front end. This is cool to have, like, you know, bidirectional communication. Commentary comments in Ucode. Why? And also on one of the past streams, I know I take some low-level things from the theory about the processes, how they used the processes. So there's no point. So what is better? Okay, so I think also for shell EWR Next.js. Oh, this is super cool that they have this. Oh, Windows. Oh, they are like propose me a picture based on my operating system. Oh my god, this is a lot of things that I have to learn. I don't know anything about, anything about the JavaScript, about all of this starting components, all of this kind of stuff. What can propose you to us? You Next.js. Let's okay, let's compare the stars. 27 and who is more popular? I don't want to have to choose application, so the major thing here and this suddenly died. GitHub Theory. Oh, much more popular. Okay, thank you very much. We have to revisit this one more time. Okay. Quick start. Oh no, this is actually a screenshot without proposing based on your system, so it's just like random one. So do we have a quick start? HTML. Welcome from Theory. Okay, let's try this. Index HTML, sure. Okay, we keep minimal UI, create Rust project. Manage by, okay, done. Install Theory GLI. Oh, cargo, fine. I love cargo. To scaffold the Minwars project that is preconfigured the open terminal phone cargo tower init. Oh. Can we skip this step? Okay, let's not skip this. Come on, why so long? Why so long time? Let's see one more thing. Terminal. With tab width. Oh, we have a compact mode. Appearance. Tab width mode. Oh, they are now they are compact, but they're still big. Oh, it's not width actually. This is height. Okay, let's try out these options. I think why it's closed, by the way. Oh, duplicate of this one. What's the current version of the Windows terminal? How can I... Microsoft Store. Oh, 1.16. Okay. So, and this guy telling about the Windows terminal. Oh, this is preview. Okay. Windows terminal preview. Install. Why not to use preview? I don't know. So let's open it. Basically the same. And so where is this option? Appearance. Oh. Where is this option? I don't know, this is super hard to figure out what's happening here. So 1.16 here, and this is like a preview version, 1.17. I don't see anything related to tab height. I'm sorry guys, for this I need to figure it out. What is Mika? It's some kind of Win UI. Okay. Set up a new theme. I basically can use the old one. Where's the... Set up a new theme with the following settings. Where we should put this? Might be here. Let's put it inside Ubuntu. I don't know what they are talking about. To use Mika, set up a new theme with the following settings. Okay. So fuck this shit, I'm out. Okay, I can delete it. Okay, let's get to our problems. I don't know what is actually Mika. I guess this is some kind of, I don't know, tabs or themes. So let's see it in the new release, I guess. Okay. Next we have to run cargo tower init. What is your app name? Navia. What should the window title be? I expect that we can change this values. Where are your web assets located? I know I don't have assets. Here in the root. What is the URL of your dev server? I don't know. What should I do? What's your front-end dev command? I don't know. I know nothing from this. Oh, a lot of things. Icons. Oh my god. Okay. Cargo tower dev. Let's see. I think tower is much more npm. Do I have npm installed? Yeah, I have it. No such file, native Navia package JSON. For sure I don't, because I don't have it. And that's why I needed to have just empty project like I had with you. Do we have I guess here we can configure it by step. So first of all, we created this index HTML. Okay, so I don't want to use it. If you're familiar init looks like cargo init, you can just use cargo init, and it's necessary if you prefer fully manual setup. Yeah, I prefer fully manual setup. Cargo toml. So what do I need to add to the cargo toml? Do we have this? No, we don't. We don't have. So I expect to have Tauri inside this cargo toml, but you know, there's nothing related to adding. Even this command cargo, like Tauri cargo create Tauri app, did nothing with cargo toml. Might be I missed a step. I don't know what is white. What do I need to add to the target cargo toml? I'm sorry. By the way, cool picture. Okay, do we have examples folder? Cool. Web, some kind of web. Let's have a look. They don't have. Oh, cargo toml is here. API Tari WASM. API. Okay, so we have I think I get it. So, and I don't like this pattern actually. So I don't like. Okay, from the first glance, it was like more popular than you, but you is much more. I think I know like clearer to me, because like you have two folders, src Tauri, and here you may find like a Tauri, like Rust part of this project, yeah. And we have src folder, which states for not for Rust, which I expect to see the Rust here, but it's like for Svelte, some kind of Svelte. I don't know what is this. Some front end thing. So src actually is for the front end. I don't think that I like this. Okay, so I guess I'll return back to you. So you was, it's fine. I just compare it to like approaches here, and for me, like you looks like it's like, I don't know, for the initial step, it looks like much more easier to, I know, easier to understand what's going on under the hood, or like, you know, how to install it and to run. Let's see examples here. Okay, WebGL. I do like WebGL. Oh yeah, and here also this word. This is white. Oh no, it's not very. It's white. Oh. Game of Life. Oh yeah, this is funny. Like fractals things. Okay, assets here, and we have Rust sources here. We have styles. Okay, inside the styles, and index inside in index. I don't know if I do need more than this. To do MVC. Oh, this exact project. Styles. Yeah, so this is super cool, super minimalistic. I do like this. I do like this approach. I don't need super complicated application here. So HTML Yeah, so I only need to add some styles to like be somehow prettier than just plain HTML. And that's it. I don't want to deal with a lot of JS. I'm using WASM just to transfer all the logic here into the Rust, not to deal with JavaScript. So I only need here to have HTML, basic HTML, and have the ability to change the values inside this HTML from the Rust. So this is it. And I guess we made a good choice today. So I guess this is it for today. And so as a result, today we made a good choice. So I compared slightly, like from the first glance, Tower and U. So I made a mistake initially when I started to use U. So I forgot to add an attribute, and I used a version of the Rust which was provided by the operating system, which was wrong because I have actually two versions of Rust installed on my PC. And so I mean, from the installed one of it installed from YAI package manager, it's Pacman, and one for the Rust app, and I'm using only Rust app version. So, and tomorrow, I think if it will be fine, tomorrow we are going to continue investigation and starting to create a first, I guess I want to start to create a first RPC calls to the RoadRunner. So we also have to figure out Tokyo RPC call. Tokyo RPC. No, it's I think it might be RPC Rust RPC calls. Might be it's bundled into. Yeah, we have tarps from the Google, but it's not official product. And this is, I guess, from the gRPC, stands for gRPC. I don't know, by the way, so I might be wrong. Might be we can just like use I know, like bare metal things, like just made a call. Tonic, I guess this is for states for gRPC. So all of them are not so popular actually. Like Tonic is good, I heard about it. It's from Tokyo. Oh, Hyperion, yeah. And this is implementation of gRPC actually. But I need just a plain RPC. Okay, so we will figure it out on the next stream. Okay, guys, thank you very much for being with me, and have a good evening, and bye bye. See you.